Hi, I'm Scott. I'm Antman.
Exclusive expose.
Antman can shrink to the size of an ant while retaining his human strength. He can also grow to the size of a kaiju, survive in the quantum realm, and throw tiny discs imbued with PIM particles to manipulate the size and density of objects. He possesses all these fantastical powers, but the most dangerous one in his arsenal is perhaps his ability to command billions of ants to do his bidding. Antman can gather hordes of ants at will to do various things. They can help him overwhelm his enemies, traverse across gaps in the terrain by creating organic bridges, or sabotage electronic equipments by chewing through the wires. They can also cover the lenses on security cams, help carry objects through crates, infiltrate enemy bases, and gather intel. You can even make them swarm together in the shape of a fist to uppercut your enemies or form letters with their bodies to leave messages. What you can accomplish with billions of ants is only limited by the user's imagination. Yes, it's an incredibly versatile power, but it's an absolute nightmare for the ants. They're constantly being dragged away from their colonies, friends, families, the queen, to be mind-controlled and conscripted into battles that they have no stake in. To die tragically inside vents or shower drains because Hank Pym and Scott Lang really needed to carry out their poorly crafted heists. And they needed the poor creatures to do all the heavy lifting. These so-called superheroes are willing to sacrifice millions of ants just to steal some high-tech gadgets to further their own agenda. Taking the ants away from their home also means that their duties to the colonies aren't being carried out, which leads to problems with infrastructure and food supply shortages. It can be devastating to colonies when they find themselves suddenly short on millions of drones. Imagine if Starbucks suddenly lost a third of their workforce. People would riot in the streets because their lattes are taking forever. And ants have a much shorter lifespan than humans. Taking them away for an hour to sneak into Hydra Fortress is equivalent to taking about 3 years away from their lives. Imagine being taken away from your family for 3 years. Being absent for the formative years of your children, burdening your partners with the responsibility of raising said children, or getting fired from work because you disappeared without a word. If the humans thought the blip was disastrous, they got to try putting the pieces of their lives back together every 3 years for the rest of their lives. The ants don't even get any sort of compensation for their services, much less thanked by their superhero overlords. They all either die during missions or come home to find that their spouse is remarried. This isn't even taking into account the potential harm this could cause on our ecosystem. Ants play an essential role in our world, and Antman constantly disrupts the natural order. If there were 10 Antmen carrying out missions every day for the next 20 years, we wouldn't have to worry about carbon emissions or the polar ice caps melting. Earth will just cease to be, and maybe that's for the best. Either way, Antman needs to do better. Stop dragging innocent ants from their colonies without their consent, and maybe think about paying them a fair wage. I'm a macaroni art thief, and this has been another episode of Phax-clusive Phaxpose. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more factual Phax-clusive Phaxposes. Have a wonderful Phax-clusive day.